This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
But it is a sunny, it is a beautiful, it is a perfect day in Dolphin Nation. And I got to tell you, for me personally, I love seeing what's going on. Not just because they won, not just because they're 4-3. It's because as a Dolphins fan, it's over. The dysfunction, it's over. The terrible coaching, it's over. The front office stupid-ass decisions from the last 20 years, it's over. An owner meddling in something they don't know anything about, it's over. I mean, just there's so many things I could talk about with the Dolphins that makes me feel so good. And in a way, you know, we've kind of forecasted this on this show. And we told you, have faith in Chris Grier and have faith in this process. This is the right way to rebuild a football team. This is why I was so excited a year and a half ago when they tore it all down and the season looked so bleak to people. To me, it was the brightest sunshine I had ever seen. And because I you know, it's funny because you watch people do things the wrong way for 20 years and you figure, okay, now I know how not to do it. And now I watch Chris Grier and I keep explaining to all of you out there, you know, you watch what Chris Grier has done. Does any other Dolphin GM do this? No, they don't. They don't tear it all the way down. They get rid of a player like Laramie Tunsil, who's a damn good player, and you go out and get 3 draft picks for him, and you've already replaced him. And you had, you know, a ton of picks, whatever it was, 13 or whatever last year in the draft, or this year in the draft, and now you've got another load of picks coming up in next year's draft. And you're setting yourself up to have a long-term success here. And the drafting and the picking on free agency. I mean, Van Noy, Lawson, Ogbah's the steal of free agency. Drafting Van Ginkel, you know, in the 5th round. You see Christian Wilkins, your first rounder, developing. Nick Needham had 10 tackles yesterday, and this is a kid that they got off the street. So you're hitting everywhere. You're hitting your high draft picks. You're hitting on low draft picks. You're hitting on street free agents. You're hitting on your free agents. And how many times have I said on this show that Chris Grier and company will prove to be one of the best front offices in the NFL? And it sounds super crazy, and it sounds like completely left field. Not anymore, right? All of a sudden, it's not even a year and a half yet because it's a year and 7 games. Okay? We still got another game to go to get to a year and a half. And you've got the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL? Let me explain that again. You have the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL. How do you do that? You may have your franchise quarterback already. You have a different culture already. Last year, you were 0-7. This year, you're 4-3 in your first 7. You are now 9-7 in your last 16 games. You have a winning record in your last 16 games. How do you do this? How do you do a complete reset? I told you that they are going to start a trend, right? Told you that too a year ago. Watch. Now, most of them are going to fail. They're all going to think that what Chris Grier and company is easy, but no, dude, if your front office sucks, you can tear it all down and make all kinds of picks, and you make all the wrong picks, you're screwed. So to me, that's where I love what I'm seeing, because it's over, bro. All this craziness, some of you out there used to get pissed at me. Oh, no, he must hate the Dolphins. Oh, he must love when they lose. Oh, no, he's a Dolphin hater. I'm none of those things. Nobody loves the Dolphins more than I do. Nobody roots for them more than I do. But I'm just brutally honest. If I screw up, if Bill screws up, if my wife screws up, if my kid screws up, if my dog screws up, and certainly if the Dolphins screw up. You know, if I'm going to be brutally honest about myself, my best friend, my family, why am I not going to be brutally honest about the Dolphins? Right? I mean, that's just the way it rolls. And it's not a matter of any agenda. The only agenda I have is that I want the Dolphins to be the best. I want the Heat to be the best. I want the Canes to be the best. I want the Marlins to be the best. I want the Panthers to be the best. That's my only agenda in life. I want Inter Miami to be the best. That's my agenda. But if they're not doing things right, I'm just going to call it like I see it. And that's what I did for 20 years, pissing some of you off out there. But if you were honest with yourself while you were pissed off at me, you were more pissed off that I was right. Because deep down inside, you hated what I was saying, but you knew I was right. And now, when the last year and a half that we've been talking about this change and what's coming, you didn't know I was right. You were hoping I'm right, or some of you were thinking I'm completely wrong. Now, you're finding out we're right again. We're right when they're bad, and we're right when they're good. And that's what I love, that now we get to talk about a real football team.